everybody, Livingston here. Today we're jumping into episode 2, season 2 of Man in the Bottle. Came out October 6th, 1960, and it's another episode I haven't watched. If you haven't yet, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to continue on this journey to episode 156 of the Twilight Zone. And don't forget to comment down below at the end of this episode, because every week I go through the comments of last week's episode. So let's jump into that and see what we have when it comes to the questions that you have for me. First, we have P Sparks 3419. Great start to season 2. The writing in this series is amazing because they can accomplish all of this in just a half an hour episode. Good commentary. Thanks, P Sparks. I appreciate that. Empire Jeff says the twist of the guy actually being there. Someone had the idea of doing that with Where Is Everyone episode. Actually, the pilot episode was originally going to be the lottery, but that story was too depressing. If I think correctly, I believe the lottery is also known as like the fever. I mean, I could be wrong there, but the fever is a very depressing episode, and I'm glad they didn't start off with that one for the first episode of Twilight Zone. Kevin H says, yeah, season 2. Yeah. Appreciate the comment. I will keep chugging along with it, so stay tuned. Jeff Borowak 9398 says, King of Hearts and Nine of Hearts are together. Okay. In the World of Difference episode, maybe this is a part where Arthur Curtis goes to another reality where he is an actor named Jerry. Maybe. Yeah. Could be a possibility. Well, let's get into the episode and see what this episode is going to be all about.
Next stop, the Twilight Zone.
Oh, that was a nice little transition.
Edna, what about gas and electric?
What?
What about it?
You better pay.
Good reason.
It's one I can't pay. Oh, I wish.
Ding dong. Can I help you?
How have you been?
Can't complain.
Been having a lot of rain, haven't we?
Well, quite a bit of rain for this time of the year.
A bottle.
It's good for the flowers.
How's that?
An heirloom today, Mr. Castle. Been in my family for years and years. It's supposed to be very valuable.
How much?
Mrs. Gumley, it's just a plain old wine bottle. Where it came from, that's what they would give you for it, Mrs. Gumley. Nothing.
You sure about that? I bet it's worth something.
I could let it go for $1.
$1? Is it really worth the walk?
If I could spare $1, I'd give it to you. Believe me, I would. But well, things have been rough here. You know, I'm so in debt myself.
Oh, he's gonna feel bad and give her $1.
I wish I could make it more.
Oh, well, that made her night. Or day.
God bless you.
Gesundheit.
I found it in an ash can. Forgive me for lying.
That's all right, Mrs. Gumley.
Give me my $1 back.
Maybe it'll turn out to be an heirloom.
Thank you.
So she's like, you did a good deed. Why?
Gorgeous.
She has to eat, doesn't she?
You don't. We're just around the corner from bankruptcy.
Maybe all I've got left is to try to find some poor clod who I could feel sorry for.
I can understand his position.
The legacy of 100 years. My grandfather owned it and it broke his heart. Then my father killed him too. It's a shrine to failure itself. That's what it is. Burial ground for people's hopes.
I like the dialogue. In that little thing, we understand that he came from a line of people who own the same antique store.
There must be years ahead of us that come without scrimping and counting and picking over checkbooks and budgets and final notices on old bills.
Oh! What just happened? Oh, smoke.
Hey.
Mr. and Mrs. Arthur Castle's lives have been a hope chest with a rusty lock and a lost set of keys. But in just a moment, that an improbable phantom will try to bedeck the drabness of these two people's failure-laden lives, standing on the outskirts and about to enter
The Twilight Zone. I wonder when he started, why did they decide to get him to narrate the first part of it, like show up? I mean, I thought the voiceovers were fine. Interesting why they would bring him into it. Is this a genie in the bottle? Very well-dressed genie.
How do you do? Suffice it to say that I am a genie.
Hey.
I can offer you 4 wishes with a guaranteed performance. What have you in mind?
What's happening to us?
You're getting wishes?
He's a hypnotist or something.
Nothing of the sort. I grant 4 wishes to the owner.
4? That was typically 3.
No, I think the business at hand is for you and Mrs. Castle to decide upon the nature of your 4 wishes. That each wish is irrevocable. It can only be altered by yet another wish.
So are we going to get good wishes, or is he going to get, like, wishes that aren't exactly things that he'll actually get? Like, say, Bedazzled, where Brendan Fraser made the wish over and over and over again, but kept getting different results.
You out of your mind. You believe him.
If I had a wish, I'd say I wanted that broken glass in that case to be fixed.
What the hell?
Would you like to make it official, Mr. Castle?
No. How about, like, $1 million? Or your store gets sold out and you all of a sudden make all the money you've always wanted.
I want that glass in that display case to be repaired.
Whoop. Look at that. You wasted a wish on glass. Well, now you're down to actual 3 wishes, so better think a little bolder than that. I guess that's why they have the 4th wish, so they can make sure the 3 wishes are actually real.
3 wishes. Anything we want. An expensive shop on Fifth Avenue. We could have that just for the asking. $100,000. $200,000.
$1 million.
$1 million.
There you go.
Arthur, no. There's something unholy about this.
Expensive clothes.
You can get that with the money. Money.
Money.
How much and in what denomination?
How much do we want?
I don't know.
$10 million.
$1 million. Right here on the floor in $5 and $10 bills.
Is it official? Oh, he's smirking. You could have just had it neatly on a suitcase. That would have been great. Easier to clean up.
$1 million, Ed. $1 million.
What's the twist?
So much money for me. I thought maybe she should go out of style.
Why are there people here all of a sudden?
Here you are.
Oh, they're giving it away. Well, at least they're not being thoughtless. Definitely thinking of everybody.
You take that home with you. Here you are, Reverend. Don't you worry. This is honest money. You tell Angelo to get himself a new truck with red wheels. Remember?
My card, Mr. Castle.
Oh, crap. This is the twist.
Office of Internal Revenue.
Oh, the IRS wanting their share. Those assholes.
What does that figure there mean?
You owe the government approximately $907,000. Then, in addition, there's a state income tax involved, which, using thumb rule...
You gotta be really specific about your wish. I want 1 million tax-free dollars. That's how you gotta say it. Or actually, ask for 2 million tax-free dollars so we can pay off this 907 plus whatever the amount was, $1 million, which is ridiculous.
If you want to use the installment plan, we'll send you a statement after the form has been analyzed.
I think I'd just leave the country at this point.
Yeah. Just send us a bill.
Good evening, Mrs. Castle.
Thanks. I seriously doubt the IRS would be at his doorstep that quick.
And then 10,530, 10,535. We gave away almost $60,000. And this?
$5? And we haven't even paid those bills yet.
Mr. Castle,
Hey,
it was my suggestion that you reflect very carefully, Mr. Castle.
she should have 4 wishes as well, right? Or you just do it like per household?
Plenty of sweet talk and promises and the whole thing, and all the time you're nothing but a con artist.
No more money. You gotta wish for something else.
Something else.
Frankly, I'd be afraid to have you try for fear of the consequences.
Well, you're no help to me, that's for sure. With anything to wish for that we want, you just stay on my back and that's...
Arthur!
What's happening? What's going on?
I like these shots, the way they have them composed.
Strangely enough, hard to believe though it may be, only a modicum of happiness.
Well, they say money doesn't buy it.
What do we wish for?
I wish I knew, Arthur. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
There are simply normal and understandable outgrowths and conditions that go with any windfall. No matter what you wish for, you must be prepared for the consequences.
It's one of those genies.
Something anchored. Something airtight. I think I know what it is.
What is it?
What, Arthur?
Power.
Oh, no.
To be in charge of something.
Like a president?
To be a leader. We could wish for that.
What kind of leader?
Head of a country.
Oh,
Ruler of a whole country.
a dictator?
That's it. I want to be the head of a country who can't be voted out of office.
Oh, no.
Do you want to be more specific than that?
Yes.
I want to be the head of a foreign country who can't be voted out of office, but it must be a contemporary country.
Okay. And well-loved?
I've already told you. You run the risk of consequences no matter what you wish for.
Go ahead, Arthur.
Yeah, but say people love you or something. Not like you become a dictator and suddenly you're
As you wish, Mr. Castle.
I just wouldn't trust the laugh. Oh no. Nazis in it.
Well, what about it, Führer? I'm Hitler. I'm in a bunker. Mein Führer.
You're poison. If you just added in that little, a loved dictator or leader of a foreign country around the world, like people loved you. He didn't have that in. You gotta put that in there. Where's that genie?
I wish I were Arthur Castle again.
What's the matter, Arthur? You look so funny. What happened?
I had a wish fulfilled. All the wishes ended the same way. This place doesn't look half bad.
Now he's gonna like his life.
Maybe we'll stop wishing for a while. And since we obviously can't afford a brand new life, suppose we give the old one a paint job or something.
Be happy with what you got.
We came out of it ahead anyway.
Hey, at least you got a window fixed. Is it going to end up in someone else's hands?
To everyone who would try to coax out a miracle from unlikely places, the genie you save might be your own. Case in point, Mr. and Mrs. Arthur Castle, fresh from the briefest of trips into the Twilight Zone.
Not bad. Well, that's episode 2. I actually enjoyed that episode. I mean, I kind of knew what was going to happen at the very end. I mean, when you start off an episode where the main character is actually liked and he's doing good deeds for everybody, it seems like they actually survive the Twilight Zone more so than people who do the bad stuff or people who are lost in some way or some fashion. But when it came to this episode, the guy was giving out money. He was trying to help the community. His wife was very much behind him on a lot of things. She was like more so the moral voice of everything. Like, maybe we should think about it before we go into the wishes. And he just didn't do it. I mean, like I was saying, when he was talking about that wish, wanting to be a leader of some kind of foreign country, you gotta say that you need to be well liked about or around everybody in the world, that everyone's going to enjoy who you are and what you do. And when you just say, I want to be a leader of some dictatorship or something along those lines, you're not going to be happy with the outcome, being that he ended up being Hitler at the end of this episode. But he had one more wish, luckily, and made his way out of it, and didn't get nothing out of the genie thing other than the fact that you just need to be happy with who you are and what you have in life and just keep trucking forward. But and it seems like a lot of the moral of the story episodes are along these lines, just kind of being happy with what you have in life and just being thankful that you're not Hitler. So, enjoyable episode. Looking forward to the next one. But let's jump into some trivia and see what it took to get this show off the ground. Joseph Ruskin, who played the genie in The Man in the Bottle, also provided the voiceover of the Canaanite alien in the Twilight Zone Season 3 classic To Serve Man. Luther Adler, who is Jewish, had previously played Adolf Hitler in 2 movies, The Magic Face, 1951, and The Desert Fox, The Story of Rommel, 1951. Although Mr. and Mrs. Castle are given 4 wishes by the genie in this episode, it is clearly based on an old fable retold in many variations that usually involves the ironic result of 3 wishes given to 2 characters. One of the 2 characters usually wastes the first wish in a moment of anger, and the other wishes for something that is immediately regretful. Then the 3rd wish must be used to return things to some semblance of where they started out, exhausting the wishes for no gain. One well-known version of the plot is found in W. W. Jacobs' 1902 short story, The Monkey's Paw. I've seen actually things based on The Monkey's Paw, but I've actually never sat down and watched the 1902 short story, so might be interesting to do at one point for the channel. The Nazi symbol on the flag is reversed, however the symbol on Arthur Castle's sleeve is correct as Adolf Hitler used it as in SS. Vivi Janis had once been married to Robert Cummings, who starred in the previous week's episode King 9 Will Not Return. Well, that's cool. This episode takes place in 1960 and on April 30th, 1945, which is the day Hitler died. supposedly. I know there are some people out there that believe that he did escape. I mean, when you look into it, there are some things that are a little iffy on that date and whether he died in Germany or if he actually died in possibly South America, but we really don't know since the Russians have his body supposedly and or his remains since they burned him and his lady. I think he married her. I can't remember her name right now, but yeah, interesting bit of information. But let me know, comment below what you thought of this episode. I'd be interested to see what your comments are, so I will read them next week if you do comment below. And until next time, see you later.